Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wrestling Recap Show. I am your host, Big Mike, and we're getting ready to talk about the go-home show to Survivor Series Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow's is going to be SmackDown, and then Wednesdays is going to be the go-home show to War Games, and then we will have the preview and predictions to War Games and Survivor Series, probably on the same day. I would like to do those in the same video. I think I'm gonna start doing those together instead of making them two separate videos. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna probably do, is probably make my preview predictions previewing both of those pay-per-views in that one video, and actual pay-per-views Saturday after the show and Sunday after the show. So that is gonna be my plan, and then we're gonna be previewing and predicting on the Team Hill podcast. Is gonna be me and Steven, and probably another guest, maybe Walter, maybe Fave Connor. Who knows? I know I'm gonna be there, so whoever else joins us, that will be great. Now that I'm actually putting this Raw review up on his channel as well, so hello everybody on the Hill Steven channel as well as my channel. So for people on Hill Steven's channel, please come over to my channel, give me a look if you like my content. Subscribe to the channel if you do like the video, share, get more people over here to help me grow, and to spread awareness about me and making content over here. Like the video, share, comment, follow me on Twitter. It's on the layout made by Salrex. Possibly, not even possibly, is the best graphics designer in all of pro wrestling, in the community. He makes graphics for almost everybody important in the wrestling community. I wouldn't even say important. I would say a lot of the people and because everybody's important, but that's neither here nor there. But let's just hop into the Monday Night Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw, man. Monday Night Raw was its typical Monday Night Raw. It was awful. This time they were putting into effect the no more of the time overrun. Usually Raw will end on 11:05, or sometimes 11:08, or sometimes 11:10, 11:15, 11:12, sometimes. They decided to get rid of that, and it started with tonight. Raw ended exactly at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that was, strange. Everything that they would probably elongate it or extend throughout those minutes in the run over time, it got crammed into the last probably 5 or 7 minutes of the show. And to me, it played out, but for it to play out, it had to go right. It had to because the way that Raw ended. Let's start off with that. The way Raw ended was pretty darn good. And what I'm hearing is that the match that was at the end of Raw, let me see if I can get it on the WWE thing. If they say that it's going to continue, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. That what you call it, the Bailey and Sasha match is going to continue at Survivor Series, which is going to be awful. If that's the truth, then my God, they're crazy. But that's what was happening. They were fighting for the last spot of the Women's Survivor Series team, which was Tamina, Nia Jax, Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, and then it was one more person. So Bailey and Sasha's fighting for it. So I'm like, okay, they're fighting for it. And I'm looking at, the team, and then I'm kind of dwelling on what the SmackDown team looks like. I'm like, something's weird here. Why would they have two faces with all of these heels circling the dang ring? And I'm thinking about SmackDown's team. SmackDown's team's full of baby faces. I'm like, that's weird. And then as soon as the match got like midway in the match, they all interfered, and then the match discontinued. Alexa Bliss was like, well. Bailey didn't qualify. Sasha didn't qualify. And she said, here's the real fifth member, Ruby Riott. And I was like, that makes more sense looking at the situation, because you got Alexa Bliss heel, Mickie James heel, Ruby Riott heel, Nia Jax now heel, Tamina always heel against a babyface, Charlotte a babyface, Naomi a babyface. You get the point. It's heel versus babyfaces, and they did that between both shows. So I was like, okay. And then that's going on, and then out of nowhere you see a camera scaling the floor, hurtling, trying to get to what the commotion is about. And then we see Becky freaking Lynch, the man herself, which is weird, the man herself, having to disarm her on Ronda Rousey, who cut another great promo tonight, earlier in the show. Basically doing a Ric Flair rendition of what she called her, the Millennial Man, instead of the man. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun, woo. She basically flipped that into what all millennials do nowadays and replaced everything, which was creative in a sense. I kind of liked it. And that went to bite her in the butt, because she got attacked by the man herself and had her to disarm her, and she came out to the ring. And in that same promo outside of the ring, she did that promo backstage, but when she cut a promo in the ring, she called Becky out, and Becky got a real big chant. She got one heck of a chant on Ronda Rousey. They didn't boo Ronda, they just like Becky more, which who doesn't, and it's getting bigger and bigger, because if she's getting chants on the opposite brand, she is white freaking hot right now. She is so over right now, and it is amazing to see that, because nobody was buying the whole heel thing. They just like the badassery of Becky's persona, and not making her in WWE being foolish and dumb and delusional, making her look like a cowardly heel, which is not the right thing you want to do with her character. But she comes out, right? She's wearing a SmackDown shirt, so I'm like, okay, the women are gonna come out here, and we got 5 minutes left. Oh boy, we about to have a nice little invasion on our hands. Probably the men are gonna come out, and they're gonna pan backstage while panning to the to the crowd, and panning backstage again to see everybody finding their said partners and beating the crap out of each other. But no, they stuck with the women. The whole women's SmackDown roster, because I saw Lana. Lana's not even in that match. Lana's not in that match, and she was there. So I was like, that's the whole women's roster attacking just these 5 women, except for Alexa Bliss, because she's quote unquote hurt. But in the midst of that, Ronda Rousey comes out. But before Ronda Rousey comes out, Becky is bleeding profusely out of her nose. And what I heard, And what I looked back and saw, it was split. Nia Jax hit her with a stiff jab to the nose. And it wasn't like, oh, sorry. No, she, bow, straight in the nose, possibly broken Becky's nose. As soon as she saw that, she turned over to Dana Brooke, trying to tap out, stuff a mud hole in Dana Brooke. But she rolled out of the ring because she was bleeding profusely from the nose. Then Ronda Rousey came in, has a bum arm, tries to maneuver some people. She did, but Becky comes in, chair, bing. And that's when I noticed the nose. I was like, oh my God, she's bleeding. How did she bleed? And then she hit her in the back. Boom. That's over. They deal with everything. SmackDown reigns tall. And they're all leaving. Becky, looking like a madman with a freaking bloody nose and chomping at the bit. Like blood everywhere. Handful of blood, sort of wrist's blood. Nose is smeared blood with a little bit of leakage. She looked crazy out there. But it looked great. And that's what made the segment even better. Even though we've seen this already. But that's what made the segment better. Becky's persona with Ronda Rousey's promos and that butting heads. And Becky's promos. That is by far the best built thing in the 2 weeks that they got to build this thing in. This is by far the best thing built, story-wise, on Survivor Series. That's it. Everything else is trash. Everything else will probably speak for itself in the ring. Most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. So that was the ending. Now the rest of the show... the rest of the show is going to be terrible to spin. Not really. The beginning. Braun Strowman... Well, the beginning was a battle royal to figure out who's the team captain for the tag team Survivor Series team. So... all of the members will be, in the match. But the tag teams had to fight to see who was the captain. We already know the captains of SmackDown. It's the New Day. But they don't have you can probably guess, they have more tag teams than Raw does. I think that's why they put Lucha House Party on there. But in the midst of that, Braun Strowman comes out, destroys everybody in that. So I'm like, okay, you wasted that. Braun Strowman wants to beat up Baron Corbin. Okay, so he sits in a chair. And then Stephanie McMahon comes out. She basically bargains with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman says, I'm not a dummy. This is what I want, and I want it, and I want what I need to get to this man. Alright, I will play ball if I can get what I want. Basically at ransom inadvertently, excuse me. He asked for championship match, got it. Baron Corbin with his head on a platter, got it. What else he asked for? He asked for a couple of things, and I forget. But she said, but let me tell you what I want. You don't touch him, you get him, and then you get that title match. Which I'm thinking, okay, if he does what he needs to do past Survivor Series, then TLC is confirmed, which they are already advertising wherever they're going to have TLC. Then he's going to get that title match at the Royal Rumble in Arizona, at Chase Field. Okay, so that's the plan for Braun. Is he going to win said championship? I don't think so. I think this would be another failed attempt by Braun Strowman, but we'll get there down the line because that'll be in 2019. That was a good opener. I'm not gonna lie, it involved Stephanie, so I wasn't mad about that. Kind of wasted, the job tag teams, but hey, it is what it is. What else happened here? Then we got Ember Moon versus Tamina. Keep having Ember Moon lose. Tamina won with Superfly Splash. That kind of triggered me. Seth Rollins had an in-ring promo was wondering why, because he's not worried about Shinsuke Nakamura right now. He's wondering why Dean did what he did, and Dean, you know, obviously in the parking lot of the dang where they're at in Kansas City, next to a car and a barrel, you know, making it look like he's in a hobo scenery, which it looked retarded. So I'm not even gonna lie about that. What else? And so he basically explains, admitting, you know, why he did it and all that type of stuff, you know, what's going through his mind. And he burned the vest in a trash fire, saying you must burn it down. And he just tossed it in there. He's burning all the memories, basically, starting fresh with this whole thing. He's looked lunatikish, but he looks smarter than a lunatic right now. He's not doing wild, crazy things like how he's supposed to, or what he did in the past. So I guess that has to play out more. But I guess that was the only another, you know. Oh, and Drew McIntyre cut a heck of a promo. This was a promo night for people. He cut a heck of a promo. You know, Finn comes out, and Finn qualifies for the freaking. Finn qualifies for the men's whatchamacallit, Survivor Series team. Inadvertently, because Steph told him congratulations, you know, and she added him. So basically, it's Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Finn Balor, when it was supposed to have been Kurt Angle. Anyway, but they probably scrapped that because it probably wouldn't have made sense. Up against the co-captains of Miz and Bryan, with Shane, Samoa Joe, and Rey Mysterio. I kind of like SmackDown's more than Raw's, even though I like a couple of people from Raw. I think SmackDown, you know, might take this. And I'll explain better later. And that's all. And then we get that Battle Royal. And somehow that freaking Battle Royal ended up with Connor and Victor Ascension versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. So we got a freaking an inadvertent Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Ascension to find out who's the captains of that team. And Bobby Roode and Chad Gable is the captain. So it looks like they're not going to turn him heel no time soon. They're a full-fledged team, and that is very disappointing. I don't like that at all. And then we got basically what I spoke up to. The Bobby Lashley thing is a failure. I don't like it. They gave Bobby Lashley 3 trash things in a row. So, honestly. Oh, and Bobby Lashley qualified too. He beat Elias via countout in this match. Honestly, if they don't have anything for Bobby Lashley by Royal Rumble or after WrestleMania, then I'm sorry, he needs to go. He's been wasted. He's already been wasted, but he's been wasted. So that's my opinions on that. And then we got what I explained in the beginning. So Raw gets a 4 out of 10, or a 4.5. Let's give him a 4.5. 4.5 out of 10. I liked a few things on this show. The ending somehow became greater than it was because of the circumstance. But it was the same old, but it kind of looked better in my opinion. It kind of botched a little bit in between, but the overall look of Becky bleeding out of her nose, looking like a mad person, you know, just appealed better to me. So 4.5 out of 10. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments down below. I will read those. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell on both channels, because I'm putting this on both channels. Hill Stevens' channel and my channel. I think I'm going to probably premiere premieres on Stevens. I might do that. So yeah, so see you guys then. See you tomorrow for the Go Home Show and Wednesday, and for the preview and predictions and the recaps and whatever. Peace.